I don't know if y'all can hear me because I see. But I should be able to. Well, there's people over here. I don't see them though. No. It's really sad that I still have fears. If I can turn this AC off. Go ahead and just turn this off. But it's really it's really odd to me how in the Bible they talk about curses and things like that. And that is just like not talked about in this time. Like nothing involving God or the Bible is talked about or thought about. And we wonder why things happen to us. And wonder why all these things are happening. And why it continues through generations. Like the same stuff happens throughout generations. It goes through families. Like huge families. Like people are stuck in the same state of mind. Like there's no true want to do better. And yeah, I find it super odd because everybody wants something. Like we all want. Yeah, I did that. Everybody wants everybody wants a goal. I'd say that everybody wants to achieve something, and oh, that was stupid. Everybody wants to achieve something, but they get stuck with fear, and we don't support each other like at all. We don't support each other at all. I mean, as like humans, or it's always not a true and genuine. Yeah, you can do it. It's never that. And like that's one thing I can say about myself. No matter what position I was in throughout my entire life. When somebody accomplished something and want like they did that, when I say I was proud of them and I was happy, I was truly happy because most likely whatever they did or accomplished, that's something that I was not willing to do because of fear. And I don't know if that is a, a black thing and like just scared to try new things because we weren't exposed to trying things and all of that. And I'm not saying that's everybody, but from my personal experience, that's kind of what it was. And I do see the difference with with my daughter because I had my daughter full time for the first 5 years of her life, and I put her in all kinds of programs. She did ballet, soccer, gymnastics, swim class. Like she did all these things, and to this day, she's not scared of trying new things. And I don't know if that was because I broke just that generational fear. Because I've always been able to, I've always like pushed my daughter to try pretty much everything. Because I was scared to try new things. Like even now, I have fear of, well, it's not really so much as fear. I think it's well, no, it is fear. It's fear of failing and just being uh, manipulated and corrupted and all the other things, and just not having the true support that a young person should receive. Like a young person should be told to do whatever they want and to strive for it. Why they have the youth, why they have that, and yeah, why you have these years, bust those years, those 20s. The 20s, you should not be partying and doing all those things. You should not be doing that at that age. In your 20s, you need to be busting your ass. That's what you need to be doing. Like, because once you get shit, even me now, and I just turned 33. Even with my body now, I can feel the difference. But that's like years of fighting and things like that. And yeah, I don't condone fighting anymore. Now I feel certain people need to be slapped in the mouth because just the respect level isn't there. There is no respect when it comes to almost anything. Where are you at? This guy is hiding somewhere very good, but I see him on my map. Be oh, he's right here. I don't know. If you were young, you need to just really push. If you were 18 to 20, in all your 20s, you need to push. Right. The anxiety is real. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so a big thing with me and my daughter, I didn't have a father. Well, I had fathers, but they weren't my biological dad, and that's part of the generational curses that I'm talking about. Because if even though my dad wasn't a good man, just because he wasn't there left a void, and I didn't know how to explain that. But talking to him grown, because my and that's another thing. My mom never bad mouthed my dad. Dang, that hurt. My mom never bad mouthed my dad. She always told me that he's getting his life together, and when he's ready to come around, he will. And that's all she told me. And you'll see who he is when you see him. That's how she left it. And my biological is a piece of work. Now, both of my stepfathers, one's dead, but the other one that's living, he's a good man, and they were both good men. And I mean, I didn't understand the the raising when I was young, but that's also, you know what I'm saying, anger and going through uh just growing into a man, and all the things and all the whatnots. But talking to my biological as I got older, I thanked him for not being there, and he kind of didn't know where I was going with it. And I was like, because you showed me everything what not to do. Like, there will never be a reason that I ever leave my daughter. And I don't see how men can leave their kids. I can't understand that. And it's so much. It is so much that they don't comprehend what they're doing to their kids, because throughout my life, the women that I was with, they didn't have they either didn't have fathers, or the fathers that were around, their moms stayed with them to keep a family together, which the the mom should have just left the dads, because it showed them that being with a man like me that treated him like trash was okay, because that was the type of man I was. Well, the type of boy that I was, because I wasn't a man back then. I was I was a boy trying to play a role of a man. Um, yeah, there's my fiance didn't call, and was giving me anxiety, and there's no reason for me to have anxiety or to have a worry in the world. There isn't, but it's just so much past trauma that just makes my mind go in all these places. And honestly, it's terrible. But I also see the work of the enemy too, because it doesn't make sense. And I've never had any red flags or anything like that. So just to go back that far to trauma, is is terrible. Um, yeah, and long distance relationships are hard. They truly are. I I would say I had only one that kind of kind of mattered, but that ended like fast because I can't do it. I can't do long distance relationships. But my fiance though, now that's she is something different. I don't think it would matter where she went. I'm pretty sure I'd be with it. But it's different when you know somebody's for you. You know what I'm saying? I know I need to really look at myself and really fix that lack of trust. I guess because it's really not a lack of trust because I trust her 100%. But I'm just yeah, I have issues when it comes to certain things like leaving somewhere and not saying you made it. But I mean, I've also had people die like that and stuff like that. So I mean, there's all kinds of like levels of trauma. Uh, yeah, it's, it's some crazy stuff, man. It's funny because my fiance she works in construction, and before my daughter before my daughter met her like years ago, my daughter was yeah I want to say this is before court, so my daughter was like 5. She's 10 now. Uh, my daughter was like 5, and every once in a while I would just ask her what did she want to grow up and be, what did she want to do, and she would always say just some wild stuff. Like one time she said a farmer. There was another time she said a cop. She said she wanted to be a doctor. Then there was a time she said she wanted to lay pavement, and then after that it was she wants to do construction. I was like, what? Where'd you get that? Where'd you get wanting to do construction? But I was like, that's I don't knock that because, and I already told my daughter I really don't care for her going to college. College to me doesn't matter. I'd rather you get a trade and you be your own boss because the way the economy is going, it just doesn't seem doesn't seem promising. It just seems like debt. Uh, and I love my little baby because she doesn't really understand what I be talking about when I be saying that the world is getting ugly and things like that. She doesn't understand that, but she understands that we're gonna be all right. Oh my gosh, he's a monster. What I need to do is start studying with her. I need to do that with her and my son. We need to start doing that all together. Oh, and the missus. We need to start devoting family time to that. That's been that's been something the Lord's really been getting on me about, is being a good leader in the house. He's been speaking to me a lot about that, and I'm not delivering. That's what it boils down to. I need to stop. Uh, mm, don't know what to say. But I'm not gonna say that. But I need to work on things. But I need to be able to lead a God fearing house correctly, because that is something that my wife does require, and at the moment I feel like I am not doing a good job of that, just because I'm so laxed and just wanting to spend the time with her just because she lives out of town. But it'll be all right. My shotgun shoots out purple stuff. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, I really don't know. I was uh I was talking to this lady at my job, and she was talking about her boyfriend, whatever, that lives in California, and 'cause I started dating my my wife the same time she started dating her boyfriend, and she's kind of like in between wanting him to come up here because she's not going down there, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to come up here because he's established down there. And I asked her why she wouldn't go down there, and the only answer she gave me was because she doesn't want to. And if he wanted to be with me, he would move up here. And it kind of blew my mind, because I mean, if you want to be with somebody, I would think that you guys would at least talk about it. Like, it wouldn't just be shut, like just shut down. Cause yeah, yeah, I don't know, but then I also go back and I think about the old me, and that wouldn't have mattered. The old me wouldn't have cared at all what a woman's idea was or what she wanted to do. None of that would have mattered. It's what I want at the end of the day, and that was a terrible way to live. To whoever I was with before, if any of you guys see this, but not like the last like 10 years. Everybody before the 10 years, all y'all that got cheated on, I'm sorry. It's funny. The only ones that I did not cheat on was the super duper crazy one, which her name is Maria. I will name drop. She has borderline personality disorder. I will drop that name. Yes, I will. Her and my wife, because my wife is my oh no, I'm showing magazines. I can't do that. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. They're gonna hold on, guys. They gonna flag my stuff. I forgot about that. So if you have magazines that are over 10 rounds, or if you simulate fully automatic fire or anything like that, you're getting flagged. They're taking your video down. And yeah, I got sticks on the wall. But I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah. So the crazy girl, Maria, I didn't cheat on her, and I didn't cheat on my wife. But she was like my first girlfriend, so there was like yeah, I wasn't on that. Not until we stopped talking. Then I don't know. I turned into a monster. It's kind of what it was. Uh, but yeah, praise the Lord, I'm not like that no more. You know, it took me a long time to change. I'll say it took me to mm, 19. It took me to be 19 to really stop cheating on women and all those things. Thank you. What's your real name? Hi, and where are you from? Right on. My girl was wanting to move to Texas. I do want to move to Texas, but it's too close to the border for me, and that's it. It's just too close to the border. I don't want to be that close to the border with everything going on. They got a lot going on out there. Who you uh who you gonna vote for, Mike? Or are you gonna vote? You have to vote. Everybody has to vote. Everybody has to vote. Oh, really? I'll go for the middleman. The middleman is Trump. Just remember that. That's who the middleman is. You gotta vote for Trump. Hey, he from Texas. You from Texas, bro. You gotta vote for Trump. You gotta do it, bro. Cause yeah, yeah. They're saying they're like neck and neck in the polls. I don't believe it. Well, you don't have to be crazy about politics. You don't. You really don't. I'm not really crazy about politics, but I'll tell you what. I'm from Oregon. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and when they passed 114, when they try to take our guns and all that crazy stuff. Once they did that, that showed me that they can do whatever they want. And Trump is the only president that actually stands with us. Because if Harris wins, she's gonna have to cheat. They're gonna have to cheat, and all of it's gonna be out in the open. And then there's gonna be it's gonna have to be a war. Like people don't think it would be, but if they cheat Trump again, it's going to be a civil war. Um, do you believe in the Lord? Good. Praise the Lord. A lot of people don't, and it's quite disturbing because that's why I believe that's why America's crumbling the way it is, especially with whoever is running whoever's running the actual government. They they're kind of just doing whatever. All the stuff that's going on in the Olympics. It's like they had the opening with the trans men or trans women. I don't know, the the men that dress up like women and call themselves women. I don't know how to say that correctly politically. Uh, but they had mocked the Last Supper with Jesus and the disciples, and now they lost a whole bunch of ads and like I forgot the name. They're like ads and commercials, and they get money for whatever. Uh, but a lot of people pulled out, and they lost millions. I want to who was it? I want to say it was like Samsung. One of them, some company pulled out, and they lost $1 billion. I said, "Whoa, that's a lot of money right there. That's some money." But they did that, and there was a surfer that had Jesus on the surfboard, and they told him to take it off or not to participate. So there was that, and uh, then the power went out. The power went out, and the only thing that was lit was a church out there. Yeah, it was bad, and they try to say that they didn't do it, but they it was way too on point with the positioning everybody was in. Like they had to rehearse that. Like that's how bad it is. And after all the mocking of the Lord, the power went out, and then the church was the only thing that was lit up. And that's what I'm saying. Like people that don't don't have faith and don't believe, so they mocked him, lost all the power. Brazil had the carnival that they be having, and they had mocked God one year, and the big statue of Jesus got struck by lightning because they were mocking God. These can't be just be coincidences. They can't be. Right. And then they got the men that identify as women. They they have boxers, like they're letting these dudes box women. And there was one lady I was watching, and she was like, because I think she only got hit, like the fight ended in like 46 seconds or something like that. And she said that she had got a broke nose, and then she said after the second punch, I've never been hit that hard in my life. And these are with gloves on. And she's, you know what I'm saying? She's a world class boxer because she's in the Olympics. She's been hit, and you're just, and that's the hardest she's ever been hit. That's not right. And I wonder how many women did he beat up to get into the Olympics? I was talking to my wife about that. Like, what kind of coach do you have that would just allow that? 'Cause, yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't have somebody in my camp that I was training that would just be punching on women like that. That's a dude. They need to have a Special Olympics. That's what they need. That's what would that would end all that. If they had a Special Olympics. I don't see why they don't, because they're classified as their own, and taking they're dominating in women's sports. Like, you don't have to jump to the women's. Like, you can go to like a B league or something. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what, he's a man. Like, naturally, we don't have to do anything but age, and we get stronger. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's what we're made to be. We are made to protect our family and everything around us. That is what we are created to do. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's terrible out here. All right. I think I'm getting tired now. I'm waiting a little bit longer though, 'cause I always do that. I'm getting tired, and then yep, then I'm not. I'm wide awake, and I get pissed off. I'm gonna make my dad take me out shooting so I can shoot my new guns. Do you have guns, Michael? You have to. You live in Texas. Oh, yeah. Yo, how old are you? You don't have a gun yet, bro? And you live in Texas? Like, yeah, you, it's, man, that's something that's mandatory. Pretty young, like 20. So you're just like 20. You're 20. Just say you're 20. That's all you got to do. But yeah, that is a good age. Do you have any kids? if you do, just oh, that's cool. That's cool. Uh, you got a wife yet? They are expensive, and I mean just the timing of everything is not good. Well, she'll come. You know, when you get all your stuff together, just uh just pray on her, man. 'Cause that's what I did. That's what I did with my wife, and you know I was entertaining one woman, but she wasn't a believer or anything. Like she didn't have no faith in the Lord. She didn't know how to go about it. She didn't want to hear it. Well, yeah, you shouldn't. Just focus on yourself. Make yourself uh, uh, just continue to work into being a great man. That's the only advice I could tell you. And what I mean by a great man is I don't know if you were able to be around your grandpa, if your grandpa was a great man, but the great men are dying off. Like I'd consider my dad a great man. Well, both my dads were. One that died, he for sure was a great man, but he was a lot older. I want to say he was like 70 when he died, and yeah, he retired 3 times. Uh, he was a minister and a deacon. Um, a lot of things, um, but that's that age bracket where they're old. So now he would be like 80. Shit, damn, dad would have been like 80 something. Yeah, he was old. He was old when I was a kid though. Like yeah, when I was like 3, 4, he was already shit in his 40s. Um, yeah, try to try to find somebody that's like that and imitate what they do because the great men are dying off. And my dad that's still alive, that grandpa just died, and he was a great man. He was in the military. He had cancer twice. He beat it the first time, but the second time he came back and got him. But he was a great man. Retired, had a cool pension. Grandma set up nice where she ain't got to worry about nothing. Uh, but I really wish I could spend more time with them. Not right now, because I mean they're asleep right now. But you know, do you have any gold or silver? I kind of just jump around the conversations too. I'm kind of bad with that. Kind of scatterbrained a little bit. This AC might have to turn back on. Yeah, like coins, like ounce coins or jewelry. Yeah, jewelry's kind of iffy because jewelry's uh, more expensive just because it's jewelry. But silver chains are always good. Um, well, I mean it's something, but look into uh, getting changing what you have from the USD because our money's dying. I don't know if you know that. A lot of people don't know that. But there's the BRICS. They are coming for the dollar. And I know it's coming soon because China's so and this is another thing. I don't even know what's going to happen with the silver. So all the silver comes from well, not all of it, but a good huge chunk of it comes from like Latin America. And China is buying the raw ore, the raw silver ore, and they're melting it and refining it. So they're just stockpiling it, but they're still buying regular bullion, and so that's not affecting the price of silver, like a silver round. Uh, so I don't know what's going on with that because that's you're buying silver, melting it down, and just putting that aside, but you're still buying regular silver. So when everything pops, you're just gonna have all this silver, and that could be a way they're backing the money. So the BRICS money, right? One BRICS dollar. The last time I looked, one BRICS dollar is 16 of our dollars. That's not good, and their money is actually backed by oil, gold, silver, all precious metals, all things that you can use, like everything, like things that you can actually hold. Um, and I'm pretty sure Saudi Arabia and one of the other Arabic nations, but they're all joining the BRICS. And our contract was for 50 years with the oil. That's why our dollar was the petrodollar because it was gone out. It was backed by oil. Now that that contract is up, our money is no longer backed by anything. It's not backed by nothing. For the current moment, we're trying to get oil from wherever we can to keep the dollar alive, but that's not going to work. And then we don't want to dig. I don't know why we don't dig here in the United States because we have oil here. That's like in Alaska. That's why Russia wants to watch. So Russia's doing this huge thing for Ukraine, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna get Ukraine, just like China's gonna get Taiwan. We can't defend all these. There's no way. We don't have the money for it. We don't have the bodies for it. China has outbeat 4-1. 4-1, bro. That's like me and you fight. Me and you fighting 8 dudes. Yo, we hey, it's rough. It is rough. But even with that, the way they're teaching their kids in schools, they're teaching their kids how to break down guns and clean them and put them back together. Like and they're already smart. Like they already teach their people the way they're supposed to be taught. They're doing all of these things. Even if they sent out, like we went to like an actual war and it was hand to hand. Even if they matched us one for one on bodies, everybody that was still back home could still have kids and still send stuff to the front line, and we wouldn't be able to do it. We'd be stretched thin. They're talking about being able to draft women, which sounds crazy. For the men, they put a number on the age. It was 18 to 26, 26 or 24. And uh 18 to 26. And they did the same thing for women, but on women they didn't say what the age was. So the women don't really have an age. I'm assuming. But yeah, you can't I don't know, man. Just start looking into putting your money in different places. Because when they try to kill Trump too, and that next day, or it wasn't the next day, but it was like a week after, when all the power and stuff was all messed up. That's suspicious in all the bad ways. Yeah, it's tough. Just it's tough. Um, yeah, bullets. That's a good investment too. Bullets is a really good investment. To me, that's what I do because bullets are as long as you store them right. Yeah, you too. Hey, subscribe, man. I'm trying to hit 5,000 and YouTube be hating on me. Have a good night. Be safe. Oh, someone just broke a window. Uh, I got two more. Oh no. Yeah, what's going on there?